everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you an updated bag collection video and more specifically doing reviews for all of the bags that I own. I'm really going to be focusing on the wear and tear, the versatility of the design and how it kind of goes with some of the outfits that I like to wear. I'm going to update you on the comfort, how much things fit, and basically everything that you might want to know if you are considering one of these bags. Or if you just want to know what I own and what I like to pair with my outfits. I hope you guys will enjoy this video. I asked on Instagram some of the things you'll like to know when I review these bags. So I'm going to be addressing them throughout this video, but then also right at the end, I'm going to be answering some of the questions that I may have left off. The very first brand I want to recommend is APC. So APC makes some of my favorite bags, and they're also one of those brands that I love to recommend to people who are looking for a very luxurious bag, just without the really premium designer price points. Let's start with the Geneve because I do talk about this little bag a little bit more. In terms of the quality of this bag, I feel like the construction is really nice. So from the stitching to the logo, to the hardware, I feel like everything just feels very high quality. The bags are made out of a really thick, sturdy leather, and they're also very structured bags, which I personally really like. In terms of the wear and tear, both of these APC bags are made from a smooth leather, so it will definitely show scratches and marks quite easily. I don't think they're very major scratches, they're really very small, and you have to be very close to see them. If you are up close, then you will definitely see a lot on the bag. If you are a perfectionist, I feel like this will definitely bother you. In that case, they do make Saffiano and like half leather bags, which will obviously be a little bit more wear resistant, but I do like the smooth leather. One of the things that I really care about when I purchase a crossbody bag is whether the strap is adjustable. So this one does have adjustments and I currently have it set to the shortest one, which I really like on my frame. So I'm 160 centimeters for your reference when you want to see how well the bag fits. I have this bag in the mini size as I said, and it is definitely a mini bag. So I have the largest iPhone and it does fit. Though once this is inside, it doesn't really fit too much more. You'll see in the cutaways what it does fit, and the reason why I'm okay with mini bags is because I pretty much always will carry another tote bag with my other things in it, and then have the mini bag just in front of me where I store all my essentials. If you want something that's more everyday, I would recommend the regular size, which will just hold a little bit more. I'll keep the review for the Albane quite short because I have talked about it before and it's similar to what I said about the Geneve bag. This bag also has the same smooth leather with the marks on it, which you'll see in the cutaways. And I'll also add that this bag, because it's very structured, the corners have a little bit of a fold to them. In terms of the weight of this bag, I definitely don't think it's too heavy. I think it's a very comfortable weight, although it is a little bit heavier than some of the other bags I'm showing today. And that always just comes down to the fact that the leather that they use is quite a thick and sturdy leather, so the weight kind of just comes with that. I really like that the drop on the shoulder is quite long, so if you are wearing a winter coat, it fits very comfortably over the shoulder. I used to wear this bag to work because I just feel like it's a really good size for every day. I could even fit my coffee keep cup in here, which was really nice. And then it just basically fit all my essentials for the day. I've definitely seen some APC bags on sale recently, so if you are interested, I will link down below some sale finds that I've come across. Next up, I want to talk about the Celine Nano belt bag, which is this little one right here. This is the newest bag in my collection, and I thought I'll share with you some thoughts so far. In terms of wear and tear, obviously don't have too much to update. I mean, imagine if there was wear and tear after 3 months. So no, there's no wear and tear at all. I've never really had grained leather wear badly, and I would definitely expect the very same from Celine. So what I can tell you is a little bit about the practicality of this bag so far. I like to wear this mostly as a crossbody bag, though it does work very well as a top handle or shoulder bag as well. It does have an adjustable strap, which is an essential in my opinion, and it has a lot of adjustments, so I do feel like you have a lot of flexibility on how high or low you want it, and just for different heights. One of the biggest pros of this bag is that I think it's very light, so it makes wearing this very comfortable. I do feel like the lightness comes from the fact that the design is very simple. So if you look on the inside, there's no pockets, there's no anything. It's just kind of one big, almost like a bucket style bag, just one big space. One of the things that I've seen in reviews and noticed myself is that if you are using it as a top handle bag and you want to open and close it, sometimes it can be a little bit fiddly. But because I use it as a crossbody bag, it's a lot easier. And I kind of just push up the bottom and the top down when I want to close it. Sometimes I also do just leave it like this when I'm a bit too lazy. One of my favorite things about this bag is that it looks very mini, but it also fits a ton. So if you want a mini bag that also holds a practical amount for every day, I feel like this is a great option. I managed to purchase this bag on Farfetch. I managed to find it listed there for 2/3 of how much it's selling in Australia, in the Celine store. So I then could apply an extra 10% off code on that, which I just found online somewhere. So I managed to pay a little bit less than 2/3 of the Australian retail price. I do get a lot of questions about this bag, so if there is something you want to know that I haven't talked about, let me know in the comments below. But this is a bag I can see having for a very long time, and it's quickly becoming probably my favorite bag in my collection. For anyone who likes the minimalist and clean design of Celine but doesn't want to shell out like a crazy amount for one of their bags, which obviously is understandable, I would recommend APC always, because for me APC does give that minimal luxury vibe. So I think this is a good time to mention my Chloe Tess bag, which I've reviewed on my channel multiple times already. I will just say that I am still using it, I'm still loving it. I think my review now is similar to what I said last time, but most of the wear and tear on this bag is on the hardware because it's got very chunky hardware. I feel like the wear is a little bit more noticeable on it than some other bags. A little bit of wear and tear here, and then some on the sides with the hardware as well. Other than that, I can see some very minor scratches on the smooth leather here, probably from when I opened the bag and my nail accidentally scratches on this part here. Nothing major because I have had this bag for 3 years. I am very happy with the way it's looking. For a very long time, this was my only small bag, so I would use this pretty much day in, day out. It's gotten a lot of wear and it's still looking really good. One thing to add from my last reviews is that this bag can be noisy. So as you're walking, you can sometimes hear a little bit of that noise. It doesn't bother me, but I wanted to point it out for anyone who won't like that. This is a great bag. I do feel like I'll probably always have this bag. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like I would always have this bag because it is so versatile. It holds the perfect amount. You can wear it as a top handle, you can wear it as a shoulder bag or a crossbody bag, and it looks great all 3 ways. Because of the small size and thicker strap, which makes it comfortable, I've never had an issue with the weight, and I've always found this bag to be very comfortable to use. If you're looking for a bag similar to this, but at a slightly lower price point, the one that is most obvious is probably C by Chloe. And I also think that the Chloe Marcy bag is a very popular style, and I see it on the second-hand market quite a lot as well. You can kind of see it on Vestiaire and on the Real, so that could be a good option. Otherwise, I've also seen Sezane do circular kind of shaped bags. I saw it a lot like a couple of seasons ago, but they do still have one with a bit of hardware in like a half circle shape, which is slightly reminiscent of this without being too much the same. Next up, I want to talk about this Cafune stance wallet. So my one is in a deep green shade with a contrast white stitching. It opens with their signature C-lock, and then on the inside it has a bunch of card slots and just a little bit of space to put some essentials. It's a wallet, but it does fit some things, which I definitely appreciate. And unfortunately, this is a newer piece to me, and we have been in lockdown here in Sydney, so I have not really had a chance to use it very much, though the design of it is very cute and I'm very excited to use it a little bit more as we come out of lockdown. I think what I like most about this bag is that it does kind of fall within the aesthetic that I like, which is quite clean, quite minimal. But for me, this bag also has quite a unique shape that I don't see that often with bags. It's kind of like long and thin, but it's not like one of those shoulder bags, which are often in this shape. It's kind of a nice crossbody or top handle option, which is great. I think the thing that really drew me to this bag though is the color combination. I really can't resist a beautiful green. And I also love that contrast stitching with it, which is one of my favorite things as well. Another definite positive I've seen in this bag is that it is very light, so very comfortable to wear. I know it is a smaller bag, but even considering that, I do feel like this is probably one of the lightest bags in my collection. When I was taking a browse through their site, I also saw that their bags are made from an Italian tannery who do focus a little bit more on sustainability than others. For anyone interested in Cafune, as I wear this bag more, I will definitely be giving you guys updates either here or on Instagram. so stay tuned for that. But I do think they do some very beautiful and classic designs with their own little twist. Next up will be a very short review because I don't think the style is still available. But this bag is from St. Agni and I got it when I was in their Brisbane store. So I really like this bag because I think it's really unique. You can wear it kind of folded down like this. You can kind of wear it as like a clutch this way. And then you can just hold it at the top. And there is something about this bag where I feel super chic when I hold it like this. It almost feels like a briefcase when I'm wearing it to work, which I just love. It's held up really nicely. I feel like it is quite good quality and I've been happy with it. From this bag and some of my shoes, I have a very good impression of St. Agni and I would recommend them for anyone interested. So next up I have this tote bag, which is the only tote bag left in my collection. This bag is from Faure. It's called their Daily Battle Tote and this is the size 41, I believe. It's one of their bigger sizes because I wanted something that would work as a weekend bag, and more importantly I wanted something that I could use when I'm out, you know, shooting content. Sometimes I literally have like 10 outfits tucked into my bag with like multiple shoe changes, bags and camera equipment. So this bag is huge and kind of fits a lot of things. With this bag, I knew I wanted to get it secondhand. I found something that was about 50% off the original price in pretty good condition, so I felt like it would have been silly to pay full price for it when there was the option of secondhand. Other than some scuffing on the four corners and maybe minor wear on the inside, it pretty much came to me in very good condition and I was very happy with it. Because it's in this coated canvas material, I feel like it's very easy to look after, and the only place where I feel like there's wear and tear will be the corners and maybe the strap as well as I use it more. The shoulder strap on this is adjustable, which is great. It just means in the winter time, if you're wearing coats, you can kind of let it down a little bit more, and obviously depending on your height and body shape, you can make it suit you a little bit better. Though I do have it almost on the longest strap. In the cutaways, you'll see that the print says Faure as well as Paris 1717. You can choose this bag in a bunch of different colors, but the one I knew I wanted would be in navy because I really like the navy and yellow print together. And of course, one last thing is that this bag is obviously very, very light. It's literally coated canvas with some bits of leather, and it's just a very durable feeling, lightweight and practical bag. While I don't really have a dupe for this bag in terms of the monogram design, I would say that one of my favorite bags back in the day was the Tory Burch Perry tote. I feel like that tote bag is quite popular and I felt like my one was really sturdy, really good quality, and did look very beautiful and modern and clean and held all my stuff in it. Next up, I want to talk about my two straw bags together. So this one's from Sezane and this one is my Loewe basket bag. All of the bags I've spoken about so far I have loved and I think are great. This bag I think is very nice in the way it looks, but I haven't used it enough to really justify it. And the reason why I haven't used it enough is that I feel like I really shouldn't have gotten it in this size. This is the smaller size and it would have made a lot more sense to get it in a slightly larger size, because whatever I put in this bag, the moment it tips, things just come flying out. And obviously you can have a pouch inside the bag to hold your belongings, but that pouch will also just kind of fly out as well. So especially when I'm in the car and driving, I'll put it beside me and chaos will happen. If you were wondering about the wear and tear of this bag, it has held up well. I have put more heavy cameras in here and it hasn't really caused any kind of damage whatsoever. It's in very good shape as I would expect it to be. So while this bag is quite popular, I do think it's possible that I will part ways with it, because I now have this one, which I do like a little bit more, I think. This one's a Sezane Straw Bag, which is a similar size. It actually holds probably a very similar amount to that bag. But the difference is that this bag is a lot easier to use. Obviously, it's like a softer material, so things won't come flying out. It's got a smaller closure, which helps things stay in. It sits on the shoulder, which once again is a little bit more practical if I'm going about my day and I don't want to hold something. A little bit more versatile, a little bit more practical, and not to mention it's also easier to travel with this bag because it is quite flat. as opposed to the more structured shape. The shoulder strap on this is not adjustable, and I feel like on my height it's a pretty good length, though if it was up to me it would be a little bit shorter on the body. I feel like with these two bags I like this particular style in a smaller size, whereas if I was to ever get a basket bag in this kind of material, it would be in a slightly bigger size, which I think would be a bit more practical, and I also think it actually looks a bit better as well. Next up I have this Polene bag in the number 7 style, and obviously a white color. In terms of the leather, because it's in a grain leather, it's very durable and no scratches whatsoever anywhere on the bag. I would just say that for the most part it looks as it did when I got it. In my particular collection, I would consider this more of a medium bag for me because it definitely holds a bit more than some of my other smaller and mini bags. Similar to the APC bags, this bag is made from quite a thick, sturdy leather, and because of that, I feel like the bag does weigh a little bit more than maybe my Celine Nano, for example. Styling wise, I really enjoy having a white bag in my collection. I think it looks really nice with my more summery outfits, and it's just a little bit different to all the darker options that I do usually wear. Next up, I want to talk about the Chloe Darryl bag, and I have a lot to say about this bag because I feel like I never got a chance to fully review it in my videos. So this is a bag that I purchased. I fell in love with this design, and then I also saw it on Farfetch for 40% off. Otherwise, at full price, it was a little bit too expensive for a bag that is so trendy. Let's start with the pros for this bag, which is the design is so beautiful. I love this hobo bag shape, and then I also feel like this design is very signature to Chloe because it has that more bohemian look to it. On the side, you can see this gorgeous braiding detail, and it's also got this gold plate, which just adds a bit more detail to the style. The other pro I really have to mention is that it's a comfortable bag in that the strap kind of sits on the shoulder quite comfortably. It's also not too heavy of a bag, which is nice because it does have some hardware bits that could really weigh it down. Onto the cons now. The biggest and most major for me is the zipper situation. What happens with the zipper is that as you undo it to the end, the two pieces come apart. And I understand why it is, because the design of this bag is quite flat. If they didn't do that, the opening of the bag would be quite small. But it can be a huge pain when you're trying to put it back together and you're trying to zip it back together. It can honestly take quite a bit of fiddling to get it zipped again. So if you are using this bag, you can pretty much only open it to like 3/4 of the way to comfortably bring it back without having to redo the entire zip. For me, this is definitely a design flaw because no bag should be this impractical to use. Not having that functionality to set it down flat, I think, is also an issue when the zip is not great. My last issue is that it's quite a pain to adjust the straps of this bag. I definitely feel like it is such a hassle to move between top handle and shoulder. It honestly will take me about 15 minutes, I feel like, to get it sorted because it's also quite rigid at the beginning. I do not like that about this bag. I am going to hold on to it because I do find myself using it quite often, but I would not recommend this bag to someone else. I feel like this is a bag where they will improve these features in the future, or they will just not bring it back because there's definitely an issue here. This Acne Studios Musubi bag is one of my all-time favorite bags, and I'm looking at it now and inspecting it, and there is pretty much no wear and tear on this bag. So I have absolutely nothing to update you guys on. It has a very subtle grain to it, which is probably why it is very durable, and there's just no wear whatsoever. From the practicality side of things, this bag is really light, which I like, so it makes it very easy to use. It's got a top handle strap, and then it's also got a thicker shoulder strap. The top handle, I believe, is not adjustable, but the shoulder strap is, and the adjustments are actually hidden underneath this knot. So I just feel like that's such a good design layout. It makes so much sense, which I like. It's got one button at the top for closure. On the inside, it splits into 3 compartments, and there's one zippered compartment in the middle. It kind of sets out the structure of the bag for you, but not in a way that kind of restricts you from putting things in. It's a very good layout, and on both sides you can fit a lot in. In my wardrobe, this would definitely be considered more of a medium bag, and it really holds a lot. As you can see, the base of the bag is very large, so you can really put a lot of things into this bag. I honestly think this Acne Musubi bag is quite hard to dupe because it is such a unique design. The closest thing that I can kind of suggest is the Polene number 9 bag. I came across it on Instagram on a couple of people that I follow, and even though it doesn't look like this bag, for me it gives a similar vibe in that it's quite minimal, it has a unique shape, and I think they also have a colour that is quite similar to this brown. My review of this bag is pretty much that it is perfection in a bag, and I don't have anything else to add. This cute little yellow bag is from COS, and it's got the 2 compartments. I really like the design of COS. I feel like their aesthetic is very similar to a lot of the brands that I do enjoy. So for example, like the Acne Studios bag, the Celine bag, they're all very minimal designs, and I feel like so is this. I thought the rectangular shape of this bag was really interesting, and that's what I was drawn to. This bag is quite practical to use. It's very lightweight, it's got an adjustable strap, and I've also seen this bag online in different colours. I believe they have a white one if you prefer something that isn't as vibrant as mine. And I think that it looks a lot more expensive than it is because it is in such a unique shape. I do frequently like to shop at COS because I do think they have some very interesting pieces. And this one is so minimal but interesting, and I really like that about this bag. So second to last, I have my Saint Laurent cape bag, and looking at this bag, it is so beautiful and so luxurious. I definitely haven't used this bag enough, I feel, to really say it's a good purchase. So I feel like this one does sit in my not so good purchases, along with that Loewe basket bag. The reason why I haven't used it as much is that I always feel like Saint Laurent is a little bit glam, a little bit dressy. So my style for the most part is quite casual, and even when I have dressy pieces, I try to make it look more casual, which makes this bag for me harder to style. I also feel like having the logo there doesn't help it because it does make this bag even more dressy, in my opinion. But an unexpected perk of this bag is that it has become my evening bag of choice. I feel like this bag is a lot more appropriate for nighttime, for my style, as opposed to daytime, and I do really like wearing it with my nighttime dressier outfits. But I'll also give you a quick update on the wear and tear. On the side of the bag, I can actually see a little bit of a wear and tear on the glazing. I think it's quite a common problem that Saint Laurent has with this style of bag, because I definitely read about it in the reviews, so I'm not too surprised about it, though it is a little bit disappointing. I feel like there's a little bit of wear and tear on the hardware, nothing major, nothing you can really see unless you're up close, but I think that's to be expected with any kind of hardware. And I've never had an issue with this bag with any color transfer. I don't think I wear a lot of dark denim in my particular style, but yeah, no color transfer whatsoever, and this is quite a light bag. I'm not planning to let go of this bag right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if in the future I do let go of this bag, because it's just not a staple, I think, in my collection. My very last bag is the Mulberry Bayswater bag, and because I haven't had a chance to really use this in the last year and a bit, I am not going to speak too much about it as my thoughts are exactly the same as my last video. The pros of this bag is that it is so beautiful and classic. It instantly reminds me of when I did a summer of study in London, because I would see so many women carrying this bag, and also just Mulberry bags in general. So I love the design of it, and I think it's so beautiful and classic. This also makes for a really great work bag, and when I'm wearing like a suit and something very dressy, I always like to reach for this bag. Onto the cons. The simple con is that this bag is too heavy, and it is definitely the downside. So with a bag of this size, you can fit a laptop in it, but the problem is that when you fit a laptop in it, it becomes so heavy, it's very hard to use. Beautiful bag. I will always have this bag, but I would definitely not feel it too much because it is just too heavy. I feel like you can go with one of the smaller sizes, it would be a lot more practical, or you can go with their tote bag to get a similar kind of look. If you want to know more about that bag, I will link down below some of my past reviews, because my thoughts haven't really changed. So that is my entire bag collection and my reviews and thoughts since my last update. And because I asked on Instagram some of your questions, I'm going to address the ones that I feel like I haven't touched upon in this video. I got a question on what bags I use for the evening, and to be honest, I do not go out in the evening very often, and I don't get dressed up a lot either. But evening, I would use my Saint Laurent cape bag, my Chloe Tess bag, or I will use the APC Mini Geneve. In terms of my best cost per wear bags, I think at the end of the day, it's really just the bags that I will use the most, because it will really kind of come down in that way. So I'm gonna choose my 4 most used bags if I had to narrow it down. Definitely the Chloe Tess bag because I've had that for a long time and I've consistently used it. Definitely the Acne Musubi bag, which is always a favorite. Probably the Celine Nano bag, and then also my APC Geneve bag. One of the questions I got asked the most were for bags and brands in the very premium but not luxury price point. As I mentioned earlier, my short answer to that is basically APC. I love their bags, they do so many designs, I feel like there is going to be something that you like. Another brand that I really like and respect is Mansa Gabrielle. That is actually where I got my first luxury bag, or more kind of premium luxury bag. I got the bucket bag, which I actually just very recently let go of because I no longer use it. But Mansa Gabrielle does beautiful bags that I would recommend. I got a lot of questions on the weight of a bag, if the strap is comfortable and how easy it is to get in and out of. In terms of weight and comfort, other than my Mulberry, all of my bags since then have been very comfortable to use and a very reasonable weight. If it isn't one of those two things, it will get sent back very quickly. In terms of how easy it is to get into my bags, as you can see, most of them are very easy, with the exception of the Chloe Darryl bag, which is a pain. But other than that, all very easy to get in and out of. I also got another question on bags I would repurchase if I had lost them. First one that comes to mind, Acne Musubi bag. Another one that comes to mind is obviously the Chloe Tess bag, but honestly, I think there's also a good chance I would get the Marcy instead of the Tess. I liked both of these designs, and if I lost the Tess, I would try out the Marcy as well. I would definitely repurchase the APC bag. Whether that's in the two styles I have, I'm not sure, but APC definitely, obviously. The thing about my Celine Nano is that it's quite expensive, so I'm not sure I would repurchase it with ease. So yeah, maybe only the 3 bags. I also got a question on my wish list, and my general rule these days is if I get a bag, I need to sell a bag because it's just too chaotic otherwise. So one of the bags that I could possibly get in the future is a Celine Nano luggage, because I really like the shape of it. I think it's really cute, and I would probably go pre-loved for this bag. Bottega bags are obviously having the moment right now, and I'm just not sure if they're too trendy. I actually do like some of their bags, not all. Some of them I really don't like, but some of their bags, like the one I'll put up on the screen, I actually really like, and it could be a possibility in the future. Another possibility is that I will replace my Loewe straw bag for a slightly bigger version. I wouldn't really know what to replace it with, but it is possible that I will kind of upgrade that to a bigger size. That would be my wish list, but I don't really have any plans right now. So that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it somewhat helpful. Please let me know in the comments below. I would absolutely love to know what is your favorite bag, as well as if you have anything on your wish list. If there is something that you would like me to try and to review, also let me know in the comments. If you would like to see how I style these bags in my different outfits, head over to my Instagram where you will see all of these bags styled up into different outfits. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you very soon with a new one. Bye.